The American frontier in 1861, a land of endless plains, jagged mountains, and rivers carving through the wild. The Pony Express, a daring mail service, has just galloped its last ride, shut down by the telegraph's rise. But the real story isn't the riders or the letters, it's the horses, a band of tough, wiry mustangs who'd carried the mail across 2,000 miles of rugged country. When the operation folded, dozens of these animals faced a final challenge. A trek from Missouri back to their home in Utah, a journey as epic as any human tale. This is the odyssey of the Pony Express horses. It starts in St. Joseph, Missouri, the eastern hub of the Express. Since April 3, 1860, these horses, about 400 strong across the route, had been the backbone of a relay system stretching to Sacramento, California. Bred from wild mustangs and hardy stock, they were small, fast, and built for endurance, galloping 10 to 15 miles per stretch at a blistering pace. Riders swapped mounts at stations every dozen miles or so, pushing through blizzards, heat, and bandit country. By October 24, 1861, the transcontinental telegraph clicked to life, and the Pony Express was done. 18 months of glory, over in a flash. The company, run by Russell, Majors, and Waddell, went bust. Stations closed, riders scattered, and the horses? Most were sold off or abandoned. But in late October, a group of about 50 from St. Joseph, too valuable to leave behind, were rounded up for a trek back to Salt Lake City, Utah, the operation's western heart. These weren't pampered pets, they were veterans of the trail. Tough hides scarred from saddle sores, hooves worn by rock and sand. Led by a handful of wranglers, they set out, driven by instinct and the promise of familiar pastures. The journey's no picnic. It's over 800 miles, tracing the old express route in reverse, west across Missouri's rolling hills, into Kansas's wind-swept plains, then up Nebraska's Platte River Valley. Winter's creeping in. Frost bites the ground by November. The horses plod through mud, ford swollen streams, and dodge wolves prowling for stragglers. Wranglers keep them moving, 10 to 20 miles a day, past abandoned stations, their wooden walls already rotting. Grass is scarce, so they graze on scrub and whatever's left from autumn. Some limp, others falter, but the herd presses on, a dusty ribbon stretching toward the horizon. By mid-November, they hit the Rockies, Wyoming's high country, where snow dusts the peaks and the air thins. The trail climbs, narrows, twists through South Pass, a gap the express once raced through. Blizzards threaten, but the horses' thick coats and sheer grit carry them over. They're not just following orders now. Survivors say these mustangs seemed to know the way, noses pointed toward Utah like a compass. One wrangler, a man named Jim Slade, later swore they'd whinny at familiar bends, as if scenting home on the wind. After weeks of toil, some say 35 days, others 40, they reached Salt Lake City around early December 1861. The city's a Mormon stronghold, bustling with wagons and adobe homes, and the herd's arrival stirs a quiet cheer. Of the 50 that started, 42 make it. 8 lost to exhaustion or injury, left behind in shallow graves or the wild. The survivors, gaunt but alive, are turned loose on the pastures of the Great Salt Lake Valley, their express days done. Some are sold to ranchers, others roam free, their hoofprints fading into the sagebrush. This trek isn't legend, it's fact, pieced from diaries, newspapers, and Pony Express records. The St. Joseph Gazette noted the horses' departure in October, and Utah settlers recalled their return. These animals weren't just beasts of burden. They were the pulse of a system that shrank a continent, delivering mail in 10 days where wagons took months. Their final journey, unsung but real, mirrors the West itself, raw, relentless, and free. So, next time you think of the Old West, spare a thought for those Pony Express horses. 50 mustangs who trekked 800 miles home through storm and stone to rest where they began. That's a tale of grit no telegraph could outrun.